Welcome to More Action, the podcast for entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals. I'm your host, Shelly Bryan, and together we have candid conversations with industry leaders to uncover valuable wisdom and lessons learned. My hope is you use these lessons to intentionally take more action in business and life. I hope you share and enjoy. So, what do you really want? This might seem like an easy question, but I gotta ask you, are you answering it honestly? I have a story that I'm gonna share today and just kind of the actions that came from it in order to help you. Because too often, I know myself, I never answered this question honestly. Welcome to the show. I'm Shelly Bryan. If it's your first time here, we are all about taking more action. And today is one of those things that I'm actually calling out an acquaintance, obviously using no names, but just an acquaintance that reached out to me. And I've really been thinking about just our whole conversation, how it came to be, and then really what came from it, because I think that this could help more of us, because I've been here and I know that my acquaintance, who I'll explain a little bit more, is going through it right now. So we're not alone, and someone else might be out there doing the same thing. And here on the show, we're all about sharing those experiences in order to pay it forward and help us all. So let's dive into this story. And if you prefer video and you want to see me, my hair is back dark, come over to YouTube. You can see me there. Definitely having a lot of fun over there, but also love to connect on Instagram and LinkedIn. Now, what happened is I participate in a sport, and you will have seen it if we're connected on Instagram. That's why I'm inviting you over there. I share more about what's going on. And I participate in a sport, and in this sport, it's horseback riding. There is lots of money, lots of time, lots of pressure, lots of, I'd even call it bullying a little bit, some FOMO, a lot that goes on in there. And there is a gal that I know. We aren't like best of friends. We hadn't seen each other for years, and we ran into each other at an event in June, and then just following along right on social media. That's why I hope we connect over there. She reached out to me this weekend and just wanted to kind of get just asked my opinion on some stuff. And of course, this is why I do the show. I was like, yeah, absolutely, however I can help. Now, the reason why I'm saying that we're acquaintances, you're going to see at the end, because I'm going to give you some actionable steps that you can do. And so I think it's important to understand that we're not best friends. We're not related. We have no business dealings together. We have nothing. But just she reached out to me in order to get my opinion. And that's one thing that here on the show, and I just believe in it through and through, is tell the truth. Be what it is and say what it is and tell the truth. And so she respected me for that, plus the fact that I've been in the industry for over 3 decades. And she had as well. But it was interesting. She kind of told me what was going on and some trials that she had been through. And I'm like, yep, been there, done that. If you've been doing anything for any length of period, it's not all sunshines and rainbows. There's a lot of valleys that you go through, a lot of learning experiences. I wouldn't give those up because now I was able to pay it forward and help her. But she was telling me about some of the things that she was going through and what she thought and how she was going to, kind of like start with a clean, fresh slate. And it was funny. I said, okay, that's great. I know it's hard making these decisions. I said, but what do you want? I go, now that you have this clean slate, what do you want? She immediately fired back. This conversation initially started via text. I should actually say that. It initially started via text going back and forth. And then my question to her was, great, now that you have that, what do you want? And immediately she fired back exactly what she wanted, like so fast. And I love that because it was from her heart. It had no outside influence. And then not but a few minutes later, I get another text just asking like, hey, would you be open to talk? I have an opportunity I'd like to talk to you about. And it was just funny because I've been in the industry a while and, I have an extensive background in sales. I understand verbiage already, how it was presented to me. I knew that this wasn't going to be the best thing for her, but I'm not going to tell her that. I'm just going to ask questions. So pay attention here because this is the key that either you can do for yourself or you could be for someone else. And we ended up getting on the phone. We talked for quite a long time. And it was interesting. This quote unquote opportunity was very interesting. And I just brought it back to my original question. What do you want? And this opportunity had nothing to do with what she wanted. Absolutely nothing. I didn't tell her that. I just started asking her the questions. I said, what is the benefit for you? How is that going to help you get to what you want? Where is this going to take you? Could it get you there? Just asking questions. I'm not going to tell her yes or no, even though, trust me, I wanted to, and that's how it is. I'm just like, here's my experience. Here's what I've been through. I'm going to share it with you in hopes that it helps you make a great decision. And sometimes we can, I said this earlier, but sometimes we can get this feeling, right? When we participate in a sporting event, when we are in even a networking group, when we're in our career, when we're in different facets of our life, we can feel pressure. We can feel, I would even call it harassment. We can feel a little bit of FOMO, right? We're missing out. We see all the social media. Oh my gosh, look at what they're doing. That's freaking amazing. I want to do that. Or we can even feel bullied. I can tell you at previous points in my career, I have felt all of these. So I am talking about this from like a sporting event and like sharing experience, but I'm telling you this same question, what do you want, is relevant in so many areas of your life. I can tell you without a doubt, I have felt pressure in my career. I have been harassed 100%. I felt FOMO because maybe I didn't go for a promotion or that I really wanted because I was told it wasn't right for me. And I for sure was bullied and pushed certain ways. I let that happen, right? Again, I'm not regretting it. This is all experiences that have brought me to where I am right now. And so I could tell what she was going through because I had been there and being able to ask her those questions. And we left it. I wasn't like, you should do this, you should do that. There was no shoulds in there. If you've been tuning in for a while, that is the worst thing. I hate that word, should. You should be doing what you want. And so I can tell you, at the end of the conversation, she was empowered. She felt confident in her decisions. She knew what she wanted based upon just helping guide her just with some simple questions and answering honestly and speaking the truth about my experience in the past. And so it really just helped her realize what was important to her. And I think that with social media, I think that when we can see others and we only see the highlight clips, we think we want these things. But realistically, it's this pressure. It's the societal pressure to be pushing us there. And so I can tell you, I think I've probably saved her over 6 figures based upon just having this conversation with her to get more clarity on what she wanted. And that is, seriously, if that's what I feel about this show, is that if it helps someone else, just one other person, it's so worth it. It is so worth doing all of this research and sharing all of the hard things that I've been through. But I got to ask you guys, coming back to it, this question, like I said, is relevant in so many areas of your life. And I just shared how I helped someone else kind of get to the point through a sporting event that we both compete in. But I got to ask you, like, what about your career? Is this what you really want? What about your loved one, your spouse, your friends, the fun activities that you're doing? Now, listen, I'm not saying that it's like as easy as a conversation and boom, you're there. there's still more action to be taken, but until you get that clarity on what you want, not anybody else, you, capital Y-O-U, it is going to be really hard to be able to create that reality for yourself. And so I hope that you've stuck around this long. This is a short one, but we're getting to the point here, is that I wanted to leave you guys, is how to get down to what you really want. And really just summing up this conversation that I had with this gal is, if you remember immediately when she was telling me this on text, my question was, what is it that you want now? That you're going to be kind of in this clean slate. You could start fresh. What is it you want? She immediately fired back. That was the key. So ask yourself what it is that you want in whatever area of your life or career it is. The first thing that comes to your mind, write it out, say it out loud, record it, because that is your truth. The moment you start questioning it, or you think what you should want, or what society tells you you should want, that's not it. That's not you speaking from the heart. That's what the pressure that you're hearing from outside. So that first thing that comes to your mind, and poise that question, is, what do I want in my career? What do I want in my spouse? What do I want in my marriage? This is a conversation that Chris and I have had multiple times. What do we want our marriage to look like as we are also working together? We had to get crystal clear on that. Could you imagine if we were feeling the pressure? And I mean, I don't have the research on this, but we both grew up in divorced families. Like, there is a reason there's no clarity on that. And so make sure that you take that answer immediately, and that's your truth. Now, another thing that you could do is work with an acquaintance who has been in like a similar situation. I just shared how she reached out to me. We hadn't seen each other for years, ran into each other in June, and she just reached out to me in August, asking my opinion. Now, I do think it's someone that it should be someone that I just used should, catch me on it. Someone that you respect is going to be your best option. Someone that has the experience that you are looking to gain their experience from, learn from their experience. However, I don't think that this should be a family or a spouse or even a very good friend. Now, hear me out. You might be like, why? The good friend is the person that I can share everyone with. But you know what? They're the friend that is most likely going to protect you. So they might say something or skew their answer because they are trying to protect you. And listen, I know there's lots of coaches out there. I'm not against coaches, but remember, coaches have a financial interest in you. And so if you are going to talk to them about something, they have a financial interest. They already have an interest in you. I have nothing to gain from this gal that reached out to me, except to help her find what she wanted to do. That is it, because I have lived where she has been, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. Now, mentors, true mentors, no financial gain, someone that you respect, they'll tell you the truth, because again, they have nothing to gain but to see you win. So that's what I would say are the two big takeaways from this experience. And I've been here before. Obviously, I just helped, guide my friend to her truth, what she wanted. And so maybe, just maybe, you might be this person for someone else. And so either you might need to do this with somebody to find what you want, or you might be the acquaintance for someone else. So when they ask, listen, be open to helping them. I can't tell you guys how good it felt to just help her. There was nothing I gained from it except knowing that she found her truth. Good for her. And so you could be that for someone else. We all have invaluable experience that we can help others. And our willingness to share our truths and our experience is going to help make it so that more of us can all win. It's not either or. You guys, there is so much to gain out there. And it's those of us that help and we use the word and use our truths and use our experiences. The more we share, the more we can all win. I hope this helped you today. And if it did, let me know. You shoot me a DM. You don't even have to be public on any platform. Shoot me a DM. I'd love to know if this helped you. If you know someone that's going through this, that you might even be that person to help them through it, share this episode and see if they get anything from it. This show has been growing, and I am just so grateful for each and every one of you for sharing it. So thank you so much. And don't forget to come back next week. We're going to have some great guests coming on here very soon that I cannot wait to share their experiences with you.